but yeah, it's a definitely exciting time.
Your 20th, Anthony Martial 20, Mason Greenwood 15. It looks like you're all trying to outdo one another up front.
No, for us it doesn't really matter who scores, just as long as there's someone scoring and putting the points on the table. But when we're all in goal scoring form, Mason's been on fire, Anthony's been on fire. So it's always positive for teams if the forwards are scoring. But yeah, they've been brilliant all season, so it's important now to push on till the end of the season.
You've come through like Mason is now. He's a deadly finisher in front of goal. Potentially, could he be the best?
Yeah, I think left foot, right foot, he can finish. Both sides is comfortable for him. But I wouldn't put too much emphasis on him. I just let him play his football and do what he does, and like you've seen today, that's what he does. He scores goals when other people can't score goals, and it's a big bonus for us to have him in the squad. You did mention some slips at the back, but you're such a free scoring side at the moment, it kind of covers over those kind of flaws in the process today. Yeah, we recognise them and we move on and just try and rectify them. The goals we're not always going to score 5 goals in a game or 4 goals in a game, so sometimes we might only score 1, so we have to make sure we try and not to concede. And you've moved back into the top 4 for the first time since September, so now it's clear the goal is there and it's getting closer. Yeah, we're just trying to concentrate on ourselves. We're not in control of what the other teams can or can't do, so we concentrate on ourselves, keep improving the performances, and hopefully just keep picking up 3 points. Congratulations. Well done. Thank you.
Yeah, congratulations to him. Let's just show you the rest of the day's results and also have a look at the table as well. It was a really difficult day for Norwich. Beaten 1-0 by Brighton, 5 defeats on the bounce for Norwich, and surely looking at relegation for them now, but a key win as well for Brighton. Congratulations to Leicester today. Look at that. Not just a 3-0 win, a big day as well for Jamie Vardy. He joins the 100 club in the Premier League, and Leicester needed that. Their first win since the restart, and we'll show you why that win is so important for them now, because after that win for Manchester United, it's so tight in this chase for the Champions League. Look at that, Leicester on 58 points, United 3 behind them, then Chelsea with a game in hand, a point behind, Wolves with a game in hand, 3 points behind United. It is really tight in that scrap, but United in form, and Ole will be very happy. Meanwhile, down at the bottom, well, the battle to avoid the drop is just as tight. The big issue for Bournemouth isn't so much points on the board, although that is a problem. It's more their form. They just can't pick up wins. 16 games now with no clean sheets, 17 defeats in the last 22. Big worries for Eddie Howe. We're far from...
Ollie, a lot to be happy with this afternoon. 5 goals and you're back in the top 4.
Yeah, but there's still games to be played today. But very, very happy with today. The energy in the team, the goals that we score, the will and intent to go forward. It's just too bad we couldn't get the fans inside, and I think that's a game for the fans. That's definitely one that the Stretford end would have enjoyed.
The entertainment value was very high. Of course, the strikers seem to be competing with one another. I was just saying that to Marcus Rashford.
No, they are on the same team and they're working towards one common goal, and that's for the team. We want to get as high as possible in the table, and that's one of the positive things about those forwards. They're good friends and good mates, and they keep challenging each other.
And Mason Greenwood delivered 2 goals at very important moments in this game. I mean, he's a deadly finisher in sight of goal. Yeah,
he's a fantastic goal scorer. I've said it so many times. So, and he's, as you said, the moments that he chose the goals today, they're very important moments for us. And especially the second one, he's got a left foot to come inside, but I think defenders will have to think about the outside as well, because he can score with his right.
Left foot, right foot. You said the sky's the limit for him. I mean, we can see the evidence of that.
Yeah, no, he's a very, very talented boy, and we'll just nurture him and manage him as well as we can and give him more and more minutes.
You warned about the pitfalls, and you've avoided one today, but there were some scares at the back at the start of both halves.
Yeah, you know, when you play against a team with the amount of forward players with strength and pace, that can cause you problems, skills. We know about Josh. I've had him myself, and he's always a threat on the counter-attack. And Stanislas, what a nice goal that was.
Was there an injury to Lindelof? What was the change at half-time?
Yeah, he struggled today with his back, Victor, so hopefully he won't be too bad.
And you're in the top 4, as I say. I mean, The object now is to stay there, of course. Do you feel that you're on track?
It's just next game now, Aston Villa next, and that's quite a few days of recovery, so that'll suit us well. We don't play until Thursday, but then after that it's going to be tight. So we'll use this time well for training and recovery and be ready for running.
Thanks, Ollie.
Thank you.
Oh, no! No! Look at Mason Greenwood's a bad man! What a strike from Anthony Martial! Oh my God! Oh my God! If I'd known the cameras as well, I'd give you a real show, proper show.
They were thinking he's playing up to the camera. Well done to him today. Look, Rio, Robbie, quite rightly, the players are going to get the headlines. It will be their photos in the papers tomorrow. But before we talk about the individuals, I think a mention for Ole Gunnar Solskjaer when you see how he's improving the players around him, particularly those young strikers.
And particularly the attacking players. Again, I spoke about coming to the stadium or doing games and watching them as a fan on the TV, thinking, what am I going to get? Yeah. Depressing almost, not confident. Whereas now you're going into games thinking, wow, how many goals are we going to get? Who's going to score? Can't wait to see the way that they're playing free-flowing, attacking football. And Ollie and his coaching staff have to take huge credit for that because not only that, they've got young players as well coming in there, going in unfazed and delivering. The front two players, 20 goals each, Martial and Rashford. It's great at the moment, but they've got to continue that. They've got to keep consistent. And, I mean, Greenwood, speaking about this young kid, you don't want to give him too much and put the spotlight too much. But when he's doing things like that, what he's done today, you've got to give him the credit he deserves. And here, I mean, this kid, I mean, he's two-footed, which is great. And I spoke about this before at half-time. Watch his step with his right foot. He steps in, he cons Smith, the right back, makes him come in, expect him to come inside, takes a step back on his left foot and absolutely pile drives into the top roof of the net. Rob, you love that?
I think, I think you've said as well, Rio, at half-time, what foot are you? So nobody knows because he's equally as comfortable and as powerful on either foot. And as Ollie said in that interview there, you know, some defenders might show him on the outside. If you do that, just watch this short back lift. What a strike. Look at that, running away from the goal as well, Rio. And how difficult is that technique? What
I love about that is the way he takes it with both feet. He uses both feet to take it away from the defender, and he pulls the trigger so quick. They're the strikers I hated playing against. Doesn't matter how quick you are, you could be slow as you like, but if you pull the trigger quick, Jermaine Defoe was another one. He didn't need much space or much time to pull the trigger. The confidence in his own ability to hit the back of the net from that range is phenomenal.
And his numbers are up there, guys, with the likes of Rooney and Owen and Fowler. He's in that company. The question is, how does Ollie deal with him properly? How do you give him enough games that he keeps on progressing and keeps on scoring without too many games?
Well, listen, Greenwood, his first season, full season, 18 years old, 15 goals. Rooney in his first full season, he got 17 goals. The kid's on the right track. But there's no better person than Ole Gunnar Solskjaer who knows how a manager, when he was playing, Sir Alex Ferguson handled 4 top strikers at one time and young players coming into the team. He knows how he's seen that. He's going to be doing that with these guys. I'm sure he'll be talking to Greenwood. He'll be talking to Marcus and Anthony Martial, among the other players, because he got it right as a player. He'll be looking to use the experience of Sir Alex Ferguson, I'm sure. Robbie, you played under him as well. You saw that.
Yeah, just that performance today, Rio. You know, as an opposition player going to Old Trafford, if you scored first, you knew that angered the great Manchester United side. You knew, oh, we scored first, we're going to sit back. They are going to come for us now because you've made them angry. And that's what it looks like now. We're not getting too carried away, but you could see it went a goal down. We knew they'd still win the game quite comfortably, and it ended up being like that.
Do you know what it is? Beforehand, with the previous managers and in the early parts of Ollie's tenure, when they win a goal down, especially at Old Trafford, panic set in. Now, it's very much, we expect we're going to get chances, and we expect when we get them chances, we're going to score. And that's a big difference. And that confidence that runs throughout this team based on that is phenomenal now. And, yeah, we don't want to get carried away. This is still just a start. But, as I said before, we seem like Manchester United are on the right track at the moment.
And one of the big reasons for them being on the right track is that they brought a man in who didn't just come in and bring quality football to the team. He seemed to lift absolutely everyone around him, Robbie. We've said it numerous times. He was the catalyst for the change in this team, Bruno Fernandes. And again, today it's been proved he just keeps on delivering.
You know as well, Jay, when Pogba was injured, he's probably in the treatment room watching training thinking, wow, look at this guy, Bruno Fernandes. I want to be a part of that, playing around great players like he did at Juve. That's no disrespect, because Scott McTominay's done unbelievably well. Great. What a player. Fred's doing exceptionally well. Matic, look at the improvement in the whole midfield players. And I think even Pogba today, you see him passing the ball early. He's probably looked at Fernandes and thought, you know what, I want to be a part of that. And it's showing those two together, the same side. Brilliant.
I think Pogba beforehand, and Pogba's had a lot of stick, but I think Pogba beforehand, because he didn't have the belief maybe in other players in the creative aspect of the game, he took it upon himself and felt that responsibility and pressure to have to produce big moments and take more touches here and there. Whereas now, as you said, he's seen someone like Bruno Fernandes come in who has that element of creativity and that who wants to take that responsibility as well, that he can just feed people like that as well as be that creative arm to the team, but also be a feeder to people like that. And that makes Pogba look, again, even better than what he had been before.
And by the way, I love all those other little shots. We always focus, don't we, guys, so much on the play and the goals and the passes and things, but to see them like that before and after matches, it feels like a different Manchester United at the moment, doesn't it? We're so used to there being criticism or questions or doubts swirling around this team after the last few years.
I think that Anthony Martial epitomises where Man United are right now in just his facial expressions, the difference. He's smiling now. That's a big, big difference to what we've seen in the last couple of years of Anthony Martial. His first goal when he got here, happy-go-lucky type of fella, happy to be here, delighted to be a part of it. You saw it in his whole demeanour. Lost that for a little while. Now, again, we've seen the pictures today, smiling, happy, confident of what's going on. What a change room to be in, Rob, eh?
Yeah, you must be incredible. Ray, the question I want a centre-half with pace. You know, that would be my worry, Ray. A one-on-one situation in that central area. Do they need a defender with pace?
I think they do. I think you see Liverpool dominating at the moment, and one of the things that they've got is that they can allow their team to just push forward in droves, because they've got two centre-halves on the halfway line who can stand there and play man for man, because they have that pace, that defensive nous to be able to play man to man and be able to run 30, 40 yards back to their goal, knowing that they'll probably win most races in a foot race. Man United don't have that right now at this moment in time, and I think the recruitment will be looking at that area for sure.
What is this? Is this a quality issue?
Quality, I think there's horses for courses. There's certain players that are good at certain things. I think Lindelof isn't someone who you'd back in a race back to his own goal on the halfway line, nor is Maguire. And I think if you've got two like that, I think that leaves you open to definite on counter-attacks, as we've seen many times this season. So I think they'll be looking to shore that area up definitely in this team, because I think that'll be something that will come back to haunt them over and over again, because it's something that does creep into their game more often than not.
They were sloppy from the restarts a few times. Look, before we go to the break, a lot of fans, probably of opposition teams, will be saying, look at you two, you know, you started your career at Man U, you won loads of trophies there, you're getting a little bit carried away, they're only third in the league. They're going in the right direction. What do you both think needs to happen in what might be a very quick turnaround before next season to add to this team, apart from just a centre-half with pace, to get them challenging for the title?
I think they need to add 3 starters minimum. I think I'm
Which
talking
positions?
Definite a centre-back with pace, I think, to be able to sit alongside him and cover. Another midfielder to go in there, who can dominate physically as well, and who can actually understand defensive positions. I think, yes, Scott McTominay has been a fantastic addition as a young player coming in, the experience as well. I think even in the forward areas, another player to come in and really rival that front three and be a part of that and add goals.
Another one, wow. Rob, go on very briefly. What do you think? What would you add?
Yeah, listen, centre-half with pace. And for me, I'd have somebody, if Bruno Fernandes got injured, that player like a Fernandes. Look at Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, that type of player. So I think defensively with Matic, Fred and McTominay, they're fine. You know, Pogba's brilliant. I think if Fernandes got injured, Jack Grealish type.
Does Jack Grealish come to Man United and be a backup to Fernandes alongside him and cover? Another midfielder to go in there, who can dominate physically as well, and who can actually understand defensive positions. I think, yes, Scott McTominay has been a fantastic addition as a young player coming in, the experience as well. And I think even in the forward areas, another player to come in and really rival that front three and be a part of that and add goals.
Another one, wow. Rob, go on very briefly. What do you think? What would you add?
Yeah, listen, centre-half with pace. And for me, I'd have somebody, if Bruno Fernandes got injured, that player like a Fernandes. Look at Jack Grealish from Aston Villa, that type of player. So I think defensively with Matic, Fred and McTominay, they're fine. You know, Pogba's brilliant. I think if Fernandes got injured, Jack Grealish type.
Does Jack Grealish come to Man United and be a backup to Fernandes?
It's Man United, real. Man United Football Club still, for me, one of the biggest clubs, if not the biggest in the world. You know, Jack Grealish for me. If you know Man United go for him, for me, I would go.
Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much. We'll see what happens over the summer.